Alright, Cheryl. Ah ha ha ha. I just want to show off the palm. I don't know, it's kind of silly. It made me look silly, but whatever. Hey, we just won, New England Patriots. So I was talking to someone on the phone. Yes, anyways, not to brag, I did take the Jacksonville with the points. Okay, we beat the Titans. I know, I almost like, I was thinking, gosh, I was so nervous, right, before that. Because you never know, they gave us a good run in the very beginning. If you didn't see it, somehow we're just like, rusty. 2 weeks gets it gets to you. But Jacksonville, somehow I took the Jags. I don't know if I should say this straight up, money line. Money line, money. It's not like I made a lot of money or whatever, but you know, when Vegas makes the line. I like it when I do that. So maybe I could be like Indian. When they make the line, they try to lure you because who's gonna take the Jacksonville Jaguars? It was impossible for them to go to the Three River Stadium. I know it's Hinesville, the very garbage kind of bad diabetes-induced ketchup. It is. That's the way it is. Corn syrup that induces diabetes. So to take the Steelers outright. Ooh, I would say that. In fact, I used this title. I thought it was catchy. I want to pat myself on the back. Go. Hey, Marcus, thank you. My friend Marcus gave me this for Christmas. And Bill! There's Bill! Woo! Yeah, I have to celebrate a little bit before I get a little serious. So when they give you like, I think 268 for 100 to take the Jacksonville outright, because they're no namer. Who are in the Jacksonville? Who heard of Blake Bortles? This guy was incredible. Bortles, I have to say that. Gosh, I mean, this guy is strong, just like Mariota. He's really strong. So now I can see that quarterbacks are really, they tend to be bigger, stronger. So they're all gonna be immobile, like Herman Munster. Boom. Brady actually tried to run and throw. Oh my God, just don't do that. It's not really good looking. I mean, I'm not trying to beat down on Brady. Everybody else have done that already, like as much as they're beating up Trump. I mean, everybody was saying bad things, like, oh, he's too old. I can't think of another angle. Think of some other angles. By saying that he was lazy, had rested last year 4 games, and that's how he had the energy. But this year, no, he was tired because he has to play the whole season. Come on! He did not rest voluntarily. Oh God, I can't. Okay, I gotta get serious. Oh, all right. So being serious is I'm trying to figure out the logic behind this Daca thing. I was saying, wait a minute. Okay, the Democrats, the Durbans were, their card, it's against Donald Trump is racist. He's a racist because, why do we want the shithole countries? I mean, whether Donald Trump said it or not, the shithole countries, because the Democrats would recruit them for votes. So this whole so-called the dreamer thing, I dug into it a little bit. So-called the dreamer, everybody have used this term. They're here through no fault of their own. And I even thought about it. I go, oh my God, this is so sad. Dick Durbin showed up on Capitol Hills with kids surrounding him. This is exactly the same tactic as Stalin used. So we're going to make him feel so guilty. These people are through no fault of theirs. I'm not saying against that fault of theirs, the people or not people, is again, I have a household. If say my parents say to me, it could possibly happen at your house because they were so generous, supposedly, right? Supposedly, they said, look, Cheryl Xiaoling, you little grasshopper, we're gonna get all these people to come in. So we're gonna tear down all these walls so these people can come in and they can feast on us. When I say feast on us, meaning whatever we have, we're going to share with them because they're poor people. They're here to no fault of their own. They're down the street. They're camping out. They're cooking whatever on the street, and that could be hazardous to the fire. I mean, truly, you know that they set the place on fire because they're inviting all these illegal come in. It's not funny. They just burned another church. So you're inviting terrorists come into not just the disease and the poverty, disease, yeah. And then terrorists. They just burned another church in South Pasadena. I don't know exactly the name of the church, but as they targeted Christians, they targeted my church and Church on the Way. And I heard that we don't even have Wednesday service. They took away a lot of these, the weekday services because of this, the burning from the church, within the church. And the same people, I believe, they set the fire in Pasadena. It's probably just going to go on the wayside. So this is the gradual deterioration of your ability to assemble. They try to put fear upon you so you can go worship. There's power in worship, so we got to come against that spirit. Amen. And I confess, I didn't go to church because the playoffs. Because in my mind, I'm like going, oh, I agree with Donald Trump. These people, a lot of them are very, very misled. I don't want to say just on Patriots, they're misled. Because if you just hear the surface, oh, Donald Trump is a racist and all that kind of stuff, how do you back it up? You have nothing to back it up. Just because he said America first means my household first. Okay? So if that doesn't make sense to you, then you're crazy. Because if like I said, my parents or whoever runs my household, for example, I don't know, maybe a husband, but just say, honey, we're good. We make $10,000. I guess that's tax money analogy. But we're gonna borrow $100,000 so we can get all these poor people come in here. They're here through no fault of theirs. We're gonna tear down these walls, and we're not gonna ask questions. So they can come in, share whatever. Be in the backyard, they can do their thing, play frisbee in the basement, they can sleep in your room, we can make futon beds, and they can be wandering around, roaming around, play with the Xbox, and get my Netflix, and go to the kitchen, and then we're gonna pay for their medical bills, in case, because a lot of them come from these places that they have disease, like Ebola, like Zika, like those things that get you. That's okay if you get sick and die, because at least we won't be racist. I go, you're out of your mind? Are you out of your mind? Because we owe more than $100,000. You just want to borrow $100,000 for this 1 month. You see what you see where I'm going with that? Is we're borrowing money. Remember that was back in December, and they said the Democrats threatened to shut down the government. Means that the gas is going to be cut off in my house. I won't be able to take a warm shower. I won't be able to cook because this liberal crazy people are saying, oh, we're not going to borrow any money because this is how we're living. We're borrowing to survive, to keep the government open. It's unbelievable. And that was just in December. And now the same Democrats trying to shut down again. And don't forget, so-called Daca thing is not a law. It was the previous so-called the household owner, I guess, the household head or whoever, because I was making an analogy about a household. So now we have the Donald Trump, right? Like in the White House, and you can understand where I'm coming from. Why I'm making it try to break it down, because it sounds so confusing. Oh, the government shut down because of the Daca. We want Daca. Otherwise, the government going to be shut down. Wait a minute. That's not a law. It's not a law. It's just somebody says, oh, we want, these homeless people to come into our house. And that's a previous house owner. He's not there. He's not there. Obama is not there, for crying out loud. So-called executive order has no power. And what Donald Trump is saying, this is ridiculous. We can't even take care of our own household. We have our own people, they're out on the street. Seriously, the veterans and the people that suffered under the regime or the Obamaism. let's take care of our own people. There's nothing wrong with that. But wait a minute, no, Democrats don't want that. Because for one of me, there's like hundreds of them can give them votes. So basically, they're just forcing it down our throats again. I was like, please, we can't be borrowing money. That money that we don't have, we'll never be able to pay back. Just to accommodate all these people. Do you know they rack up the so-called military base, and it's a shame. It's a shame. The school system, they do not speak the language. We have to cater to them. Special ed, in every step of the way, we're being bogged down, and it's forcing it down my throat because my tax bills are higher and higher. I'm in this police state called California, where they'll burn their people out of their homes and yes, they changed the housing code after they burn them out. Just ask Santa Rosa. So I can guarantee none of those people, the homeowners, can go back to their own homes, because that's Agenda 21. They want to compact you in little bird cages so they can freaking control you. Remember, the government, if they can control you and they can get you out from your own land or rural community, so-called, and that was the land grab, the federal land grab, and that's why Donald Trump is wanting to reverse that, giving it back to the people, giving it back to the people. Remember the Bundy, the ranch, the grazing rights and stuff. The federal government has no right, through so-called land management, to take away, to try to get money to take away their land. The Bundy Ranch. Oh my gosh, I can't believe that, because it was so ridiculous, and it's still happening here in California. They try to drive people out of their lands. All right, so in case you didn't know, now you know. The truth came out. So even, I'm just saying that Jerry Brown, if you didn't know, Jerry Brown is Governor Moonbeam. I don't know how he got that. There was no way that he broke the law and then still got reelected. You know what I'm saying? He already he was already governor for 2 terms. There was a term limit. Oh, so somehow he revived it. I don't know how this happened, and he's still the governor. He's now the governor again. Oh my God, but even him came out and said, now the union wants to sue him. He said, we just can't afford to pay all these benefit pensions, because they pat themselves with the best of everything. I'm not giving you an idea, so now you're going, oh yeah, smart people just say, well, I cannot fight them, so I'm gonna join them and apply for government jobs. But a lot of them not really doing nothing. They just clog up the system. I mean, there are a few good people that I personally know that they're good. I can swear they do their jobs and whatever. But have you ever tried to get through a government red tape, a government agency? It's ridiculous. So what Jerry Brown is saying, that we cannot afford it, we're going broke. And even with fleas, you cannot squeeze what? The blood out of the turnip. I'm already like squeezed to the max. I mean, we cannot go borrow money and pay the government, but that's exactly what they're doing. And they're saying the Democrats are shutting down, meaning that to not sign on to another, IOU note to keep it open, so-called government open. Now they say the deadline is, again, it's only a month ago, January 19th. So the Democrats are saying, if we're not going to allow you to borrow money, which money we don't have, we're not ever going to pay back. By the way, we're not signing on to it unless you allow these all these so-called these illegal people. Illegals. I don't even want to use their term. Don't fall for it. Undocumented. It's a piece of paper. All right. It's not about a piece of paper. It's about the spirit. You're good people, then you apply the right way and wait till your turn. Get a number, and they'll interview you, pay your fees, and then we'll talk to you and see that if you're gonna be a fit for my household. I mean, even if I have a party, I vet. This is a very simple word. I don't know, why don't you understand? You don't just have a party. Say if I just, have a football party, who's coming, who's on the guest list, and people just walk in there, and then they start like, smoke all the pot, drink all the beer, and then take all the food with them. Oh yeah, we're gonna go feed 100 people that I brought with them in a truck or whatever. This is ridiculous. I don't see that this can happen in the real world, but it's happening in our government. And then they're pointing fingers at Donald Trump and call him a racist. I mean, just saying, this is so freaking wrong, absurd to the point of beyond me. You have to be totally insane. And I believe these people, they're truly insane. Nancy Pelosi and Schumer and all these people say, we want Daca. Basically, they're siding with the foreigners. They're foreigners, so they should be tried as traitors. And so now, if they're here, let me just ask you a question. Through no fault of their own, these people, or whatever, they're not children. They're 30-some years old. I'm so sick and tired of hearing their children, or the parents brought them. So, the parents are criminals. Whoever brought them broke the law. If they break into my house, I should call the cops and have them removed and put in jail. So why don't we get those who brought them here and trace it down, because they have a roll call. Who are on the Daca list? Well, who are your parents? Let's go get them. Who are these people that broke the law? Break into my house, and then we're gonna get them out. Basically, we're being nice. Because if you just get them out, you still have to buy your own bus ticket, buy them a plane ticket, and feed them, drive them. That still costs us money. And this is billions of dollars wasted, the monies that we don't have. So the Democratic Party is Communist Party, and to this point, it's unbelievable. It's not the back in the good old days, the Kennedys and all that. These people, they have no allegiance whatsoever to the United States of America. Maybe they have. That's why they're so indignified about. Oh, possibly. I don't even know Donald Trump said the word shithole, but even if he said it, it's true. Do you want? I cannot go into certain areas without probably being attacked or killed or fleeced or raped or whatever. So you have to be smart. Oh my God, this is unbelievable. The point is, damn you Democrats, no freaking Daca, and don't you try to shove it down our throat and get off Donald Trump's back. That's it, and no more taxes. All right, because we can't pay for it. There's enough, we're already in debt, and we cannot be borrowing the money that we cannot possibly even pay the interest, not even be able to pay up the interest. So when you default, it's like this. It's like anytime you borrow something, right? You have a house. This is what happened to the owner of the house before that. He borrowed against the house $1 million. So I'm just letting you in on this. He squandered the money, whatever, and now so he cannot. When you default, because the bank says that whatever the rate you're paying. I don't know what kind of rate we're getting from China, but we cannot even afford to pay. We can barely keep up with paying just the fucking interest. You know how it is when you have a credit card debt, when they start to charge you 23%. You know, when I was borrowing for $15 for my monthly membership, LA Fitness, and now it's like $200. Okay, so you gotta just start to think, and do not buy into the lies. I mean, just dig a little deeper. Why are they doing this? Oh, sounds good. These people here, they're through no fault of their own. Even the Republicans signed on to that. I say, shame on you! Just because some people are going up there and wave some flags, they're all paid for by Soros. Normal people don't have the kind of resource to get on the bus and then, go, unless, I guess, there's a good organization. Like right now, I need 10 volunteers. I know. There's a petition drive, so I need people in this area. Contact me, because we got to put, you know what the saying is, your mouth or your money, or your money where your mouth is, right? So this Carl DeMaio from California is starting the repeal meaning get rid of, in case, because people, I have to tell you that because the Chinese descent, we probably automatically associate, this is how they brainwash you, the word Democrats with democracy, like, oh, Democrats are in democracy. Somehow that's what happened to me, and that is not true. Demon rats, they are not for democracy. They are for controlling you like the communists. If you didn't know that, look at the Communist Party organization. Anyways, their agenda is exactly the same as the Democratic Party. So I need volunteers now to sign on to this so-called gas tax appeal. So as you know, the gasoline tax is already high, but they just raised it in California. This is the part of the scheme. They're gonna change all the building codes, so you can't live in your homes anymore. Seriously, right? Remember, they're so obsessed that you cannot have the same engine. That's why the cars made in California are different. You can't buy a car and pass the smog here, but like somewhere else, like Nevada or another place. So they're weird. I would say it's treasonous, because it's one thing after another. It's a layer to strangle you, to really limit your mobility. So the repealing of the so-called gas tax, now it's 12 cents a gallon, 20 cents a gallon for diesels. Now, on top of what we're already, but that's what we're paying. So the gasoline could be very cheap. It was like 99 cents, right? Probably, since when I first came to California, I mean, when I first visited, it was like 99 cents or something. I was like, gosh, years ago. But, you know, it's unbelievable. 3/4 of the money you're paying per gallon is going to tax. Oh gosh, this is just upside down. This is not how the founding father of America had envisioned. The whole thing about the Boston Tea Party is because we, as people of God-given nature, wanting to be free from this dirty tricks of the government stranglehold, and that's exactly the spirit. Don't be saying I seen it on Fox. Okay, this is the last point I'm going to make. Some idiot came on. So thank you again, Marcus. Some idiot says, oh, the spirit of the Statue of Liberty. Look at France now. The people in France, they're freaking out because they're being killed on the streets, on the cafe, on the sidewalk. I was there once. I was like, this is cool. But then someone started going there shooting them because they already told you that. You have to be smart. You know, you want to be a good person, but you have to remember they want to use that. They, meaning the bad guys. I would like to think that there's no bad guys. Yes, they are. They would like to use that to overthrow. I mean, there are people that would come and try to overthrow me out of my house, for example. And that's the thing that you have to know. You have to be able to discern. So that, you know, give me the poor or whatever, the sick and the lame or whatever. But remember, there was no fair welfare system unless everybody says, oh yeah, we want to sign a contract that we're here, but we'll never be on government welfare. Then good luck. You know, the woman that swam over the so-called Rio Grande so that she can get public housing in Miami, Florida, and she said, oh, I'm only getting 800 something, and then with food stamps a month. She said that's not even enough. So they want more. Basically, again, they have no right to be here. Okay, that's pretty much it. I don't know you know what else we can do. So we just pray in Jesus' name that this lying spirit are cast out. And this so-called the Daca deal, it's not that urgent. You know, why did I make it so urgent? There's something wrong with the demon rats. They make it so urgent as if, oh, we got to deal with this right away, unless we're going to shut down the government. Please, shut it down. Because then I would say to Donald Trump, let the Democrats have their way, because we just need like 6 votes. There's 60, I guess, to sign on to borrow more money. I mean, nobody likes that, but it's not Donald Trump's fault. This is you people wanted all this social, this and that. We want this and that. It's all about government. Government is my parent. They, you know, again, that's preaching from the way that God made us. We ought to look unto the Lord, but when you look unto the government is a false god. It's an idol. So you're dependent upon government for every freaking thing, every check, and this is what happens. The government take control. So basically, you're pretty much in bondage by the government. That's it. I don't know what else. All right, go Patriots.